42 points difference between the two sides after 23 league matches. Just to point out the difference there, and some of the statistics comparing the two teams are very extreme, to say the least. But in a derby, anything can happen. A derby is different. This is a derby that's caused quite a tense week in the run-up to this match. The presidents of both sides exchanging somewhat harsh words through the local media. Some of the players getting involved in a war of words. But the Camp Nou is full. The hymn of Football Club Barcelona can be heard, and possibly the team which receives the second most hostile reception in the Camp Nou is on the pitch right now. It's not quite the same as when Real Madrid visit, but Espanyol, very much the historical rival of, without doubt, the city's major club in terms of successes, Football Club Barcelona. There's Managal about to make the kick-off. Great fan of sports. Has always managed to be very even-handed in his support of both clubs from the city. Lining up for Barca, Valdez in goal, Abidal, Piqué, Marquez and Alves at the back. Keita's come in for Sergio Busquets, along with Touré and Xavi in midfield. Up front, the luxury trident of Henry, Eto'o and Messi. Many expected young Sergio Busquets to get a game tonight from the start. He's on the bench. He's the Barca player who has been heating the match up this week in the press. And you can hear the reception as the Espanyol lineup's called out. Carlos Kameni in goal. Sergio Sanchez, Jarque, Pareja, Garcia at the back. Moises, Luis Garcia, Angel, Ivan de la Peña, Nene. And up front, all alone, Ivan Alonso. But today, he'll be receiving the services of playmaker Ivan de la Peña. Once a great favourite of this Camp Nou. And de la Peña back. He'd been injured the last 3 matches. He's been on the bench. Pochettino has been giving him more and more minutes. And tonight, for the big local derby, Ivan de la Peña on the pitch from the start. That's great news for the Espanyol fans, known as the Periquitos, the Budgerigars. And with Raúl Tamudo on the bench, could well be great joy for the Espanyol fans if those two pair up. Referee Delgado Ferreira tonight is the man who will be out there putting things in order. We can expect quite a tough physical match if the two cup ties that these two played are anything to go by in the quarter-final stages. Two tightly fought matches. In the second leg here in the Camp Nou, Barcelona went 3-0 up, only for Espanyol to get 2 back and end up with the Camp Nou begging the referee to blow the final whistle. There's the man a lot of people's eyes are on, Leo Messi. But as I said, 42 points difference between the two sides before this man, Delgado Ferreira, blows the whistle. There on the bench, the spiky top of Raúl Tamudo, maximum goal scorer in the history of Espanyol. Barca will be looking to shut the mouths of the Madrid press, who claim after their draw away to Betis last week that Barca are feeling the pressure from Madrid. Madrid in second place, 10 points behind Pep Guardiola's side. Team recognised by many as, at the moment, playing the best football possibly in the world. Although Espanyol will have something to say about it. There's the man, Dani Alves, one of the men who've made such a difference to this Barcelona side since his signing from Sevilla over the summer. At the moment, it's Espanyol taking the ball. Angel floating one through to the middle. Luis Garcia couldn't get to it. Alves is there, but he's forced to chip it out. For a throw-in from Espanyol, putting on the pressure in these opening seconds. Garcia with the throw. It's clipped over by Nene. Henry picks up on the clearance. And the referee blows for the first foul of the match. Sergio Sanchez, who me, he says. And as Barca begin their first possession of the match, to Camp Nou comes alive. Victor Valdez. It's played out to Piqué. Keita came in the final stages. Many people expected Busquets, as I said, in the starting lineup. He was quoted as saying he couldn't care less if Espanyol went down at the end of the season. It was a quotation taken somewhat out of context, as Gerard Piqué moves into the Espanyol half without receiving pressure. Messi gets a first touch. That's a youthful ball outside to Henry. Eto'o's in the middle. Messi made a run through as well, but Sergio Sanchez manages to play the ball out of danger for the visitors. As Espanyol trying to hold on to the ball, which of course isn't easy to do against this Barca side. They're the team with by far the most possession of the ball, the statistics tell us. Alves making a run forward inside to Eto'o. Eto'o losing out, but wins a free kick. Quickly taken, Leo Messi on the right. Alves calling for it. Eto'o, he's got Alves again. Chips one through to a bit of space for Keita, but his cross is blocked. It comes down to Eric Abidal. Luis Garcia blocking him. There's Xavi playing without the injured Andres Iniesta tonight. Xavi outside to Abidal. Good turn from Abidal. Wins a throw in, but good defensive work there from Luis Garcia. Moved out to the right flank by Mauricio Pochettino to allow De La Peña space in the middle. This is Abidal again, not the greatest crosser. Touré picks up Piqué. Alves in a bit of space down the right. Piqué plays it to the corner of the box. Henry taking on Sergio Sanchez, gets into the box. Sanchez does well. But a throw to Barca as they begin to take possession of the ball. It's a long throw. Henry's underneath it, gets it in to the box, but Carlos Kameni is there to pick it up before Samuel Eto'o can get a sniff of it. Kameni, a doubt until the last moment because of some muscle problems midweek. Marquez winning that one. The first battle between him and Alonso. Abidal storming down the wing. Eto'o offside, calling for it. Abidal waits until the Cameroon striker gets back in play. Good work from Eto'o. Chipped into the middle, but unable to control it. And possibly caught, well, definitely caught offside there. Titi Henry. Pep Guardiola there. He's as aware of anybody of how difficult these matches can be, although, as I said, the statistics show that in 74 previous matches, Barca almost always win. Xavi with the cross in, and finally it's headed out before the ball can get through to Henry. 57 wins for Barca in their home territory in the league against Espanyol, but that can change at any moment, as finally it's played out by Angel. But Espanyol at the moment not really appearing to have too much idea of what they're trying to do. Pochettino put his hands to his head there for a moment. But when Barca get the possession and get the confidence, such a fluid side. Piqué moving up front, trying to pick out Alves. Alves saw it late, but he had the pace to get past Garcia, and the linesman says that that's a free kick. Alves started late on that, got a touch and was bustled out of touch. But it just shows his pace there, the Brazilian. A superb signing for Pep Guardiola's side over the summer. And Sevilla suffering from his absence. Alves so nearly snapped up by Madrid the season before. Xavi gets the kick over. Comes down to Keita. Alves again, good cross into the middle. This time the clearance is mishit and it's a corner. Yeah, this man Alves says Barca take it so quickly. Finally it's cleared by Pareja. And Sanchez, just look at the way Barca pressure Espanyol before they can even play the ball very far from their penalty area. And Alves there, a foul he had to make against Ivan Alonso. And Barca have to watch Espanyol on the break, especially Ivan de la Peña. He gets just a whiff of a gap, he can thread the ball through there for Alonso or possibly Luis Garcia. Here's de la Peña now, plays it wide to Nene. Nene takes on Alves. Alves, though, equally strong at the back as in attack, but Nene comes back to win the ball back, but illegally, says referee Delgado Ferreira. Well, a very good match against Sevilla, Nene, last week, even though Espanyol ended up losing 2-0 there. With this match in the middle of their four-match run against the top, or four of the top sides. Henry claiming, I think, a free kick there, but the referee has given a throw-in favour of Espanyol. Play to the whistle. Thierry, that's what they tell you in school. Sergio Sanchez prepares to take this one. Thumped back in up front by Jarque. It comes all the way through to Valdez. As Espanyol in these opening 9 minutes, having really little option, but there's a long way to go. Abidal's attempted pass was weak and intercepted. Angel doing well, the strong man in the middle. Angel and Moises Hurtado will be there to shield De La Peña, give him the chance. Throw to Barca. As Barca pressurise Espanyol. Such a good job. Pep Guardiola's really got this side motivated. After two relatively unfortunate years for Barca, the last 2 years with Rijkaard. This year, they're completely motivated again. That's Keita. And the first real opportunity down the left. Bit of shirt pulling there that the referee didn't see or chose not to see. Xavi now dominating that centre circle. Dani Alves inside to Messi. Alves again. Xavi Touré, Keita. There's a fact to Abidal. Touré again. Looking for Alves, finding him. Barca can do this for hours, it seems. Messi starts a run, finds Eto'o. And Eto'o obviously didn't see Henry completely open there. Keita in the middle of things there, but De La Peña, it is who plays it out. But Espanyol forced all the way back again. Sanchez finding Moises. This is De La Peña. Sanchez easily intercepted by Rafa Marquez. Abidal. There's a run for Eto'o. Trying to take it there past Pareja. Good work from him, though. But he's obliged to knock it out of touch. Milito and Iniesta there, both recuperating. Iniesta is out for 2 weeks. Milito nearing the end of his recuperation after a long 6 or 7 months out of the game. Messi, a lovely ball through to Alves. And that's good defensive work from Nene there. But Messi and Alves very nearly splitting open the right side of the Espanyol defence there. This is Nene. Nene got a bit of space, trying to slide that one through to Alonso down the left. Unable to do so. Guardiola a little bit agog there at his defence, it seems. Messi keeping that one in play. Xavi picks up Alves. Messi again just slides it past Angel. Xavi. Messi. Inside to Alves. There's Messi. Can he keep it in play? Gets a cross in. And over the top, Thierry Henry. Some doubt about whether that may actually have crossed the line. Comes to Messi. Just a lovely little combination. Messi clearly gets to it. Lovely chipped cross to the far post. Henry rises to it, just can't keep it down. But Barca will do this at you all night, knocking the ball to and fro, pulling your defence out of the positions, and then suddenly with 2 or 3 really quick passes, they're in with a chance, and it's a nightmare to defend against them. So, 13 minutes gone, coming up to 14. Still no score in the Camp Nou, but Barca just beginning to look as though they're moving up a gear. Ivan de la Peña is going to take the kick. Cleared by Marquez. Headed back in, Touré there, he picks up Abidal. Abidal with a long one through. And the defence clear. Garcia, easily intercepted though by Piqué. Alves to Messi. Left by Henry. But Sergio Sanchez was there to clear. And Touré intercepting well there. Abidal wide to Messi. Still Messi, now Xavi. Cross to the far post. And Henry and Eto'o seem to have missed something there. Although Xavi's cross perhaps too strong anyway. But nobody made a run in. Once again today, winning it. Eto'o caught offside. Well, yes, quite frankly, good decision. Keita didn't seem to agree. The intent. Gaze of Raul Tamudo on the bench there. He'll be hoping to get a few minutes. Marquez to Touré. Back to Piqué. Bit of a ooh and an ah there from the Culés, the Barca fans. But Abidal it is, storming up the left this time again. Down goes Eto'o, and a free kick. And it's a yellow card for Sanchez. Abidal getting further up into attacking positions than has been usual. It's Pareja, I should have said. I do beg your pardon. Nico Pareja. And Barca, of course, have various players more than capable of pulling something out the bag here. Xavi and Marquez standing over this one. I imagine Dani Alves would have fancied his chances. And in the end, it's a mishit, takes a deflection, and down goes Kameni to block it. De La Peña, as Espanyol try and break out quickly. De La Peña, typical run from him. Excellent play from him. And a good ball wide. But just getting his head to it there, Rafa Marquez, well read by the Mexican centre-back. But it's Espanyol's first corner of the match. Barcelona, of course, one of the teams, or one of the biggest problems, if not the only problem they seem to have in their play, is the number of goals they let in from set pieces. Espanyol will try and take advantage. Nene swinging in swinger, Valdez off his line, and finally it's Samuel Eto'o with the clearance. But De La Peña again with the ball. He's got a little bit of space, slides it through the middle, and neither Alonso nor Garcia able to read his intentions. But that's the danger. As Espanyol on 18 minutes, but the first bit of real pressure on Victor Valdez, the keeper so far with the best record in the league after the opening 23 matches. 18 goals Barca have received. This is Leo Messi, great run from him. There's Xavi with a chance, pushes it wide, worth a shot. He claims he was pushed, and he quite possibly was by Jarque, but Jarque is very, very accustomed to these situations. He claims he got a touch, in fact. But referee Delgado Ferreira having none of it. Xavi perhaps just frustrated by not having connected well to that one. Ivan de la Peña, the little Buddha, as he's known, also known as, well, I suppose the Catalan equivalent of skinhead, Lo Pelat. But great player. Very nearly became one of the all-time heroes of the Camp Nou before being sold and going to Lazio in Italy. Marquez back to Valdez. This is Piqué. 20 minutes gone in the Camp Nou, still no goals as Touré Yaya forced to play wide to Abidal. This is Rafa Marquez to Gerard Piqué. Messi. Still Messi. Nice little combination with Eto'o. Trying to find Henry, but it was blocked by Sergio Sanchez. And the Espanyol defence, one has to say, seem to have done their homework. Overcomes the referee from that challenge by Piqué. And as Alonso complains on the ground, and Luis Garcia and the Barca players surround the ref, Piqué gets a yellow card. And just arriving a bit late perhaps there, Piqué just, well, it's so close always. Is it the ball first or the leg? But Gerard Piqué picking up a yellow card for that. So, one yellow card each. And Abidal getting a knock there from Sanchez, the referee ignoring it. The crowd don't like it, and nor does Eric Abidal by the look of it. Is he asking for a change? Is he asking for substitution? Well, there was contact. Just on the top of that left thigh there. And they're asking for a change. Well, that is a change for the plans of Guardiola there. This presumably means Piqué will move to the left, and Pujol will play in the middle with Marquez. Meanwhile, throw in. Such a great servant to the club, Carlos Pujol. From the Pobla de Segur, tiny little village up in the north of Catalonia. Pujol, Iron Man at the back. That's Piqué. Picks out Xavi. This is Alves. Xavi again. Messi. Xavi goes down. Free kick given. Angel. That's his job, to stop Messi and Xavi getting too close to the box. Pochettino's not going to mind too much if they give away free kicks from that kind of distance. Espanyol, one of the teams in the league who actually get most free kicks given in their favour. Xavi headed out by Luis Garcia. Alves looks to be looking for a shot, intercepted by De La Peña, and finally it comes down to Eto'o. But the shot not troubling his Cameroon national side teammate, keeper Carlos Kameni. And the Camp Nou voicing its reaction to what they perceive to be time wasting by this man, Kameni. The great mates, Kameni and Eto'o. And you can believe me that there's not much in it if you were to talk about motivation for winning this match. Espanyol absolutely desperate for 3 points, and having to come to Barca to get them, well, not an easy task. No one has done it in the league so far. Oh, lovely nutmeg there from Messi. As Espanyol once again unable to string more than 2 or 3 passes together. Starting to look a little bit like Capello's England side, you could say. Alves and Messi knocking it about. But that's good work there from Moises to prevent that one from getting any further. Silvinho. back on the bench as Eto'o gets into the box, and it's cleared for a throw-in to Barcelona. Messi finds Alves, Messi again, still Messi. Plays what seemed to be a deliberate bounce off the defender, tries to slide it through, there's Henry, and Carlos Kameni quickly off his line to block an attempted cross or shot from the Frenchman there. Keita with a wry smile. Just that was either an attempted pass gone wrong by Messi, or he deliberately played it off Pareja's leg. It may have been unintentional, but if he did it on purpose, well, that's a cheeky one. Henry fighting for that with Sanchez. Espanyol win a throw-in. Not usual to hear the Camp Nou quite as animated as this, and that's what the derby against Espanyol means. There's really only one match where the Camp Nou, excluding perhaps big European matches, where the Camp Nou gets quite as agitated, and that's the visit of Madrid. Dani Alves battling there with Nene. Finally it's cleared. Blocked by Garcia, passes it to Messi. Down he goes. It's Angel again. His job is absolutely clear. We were saying it before, he's got to stop Messi and Xavi. Messi goes down and stays down, and referee Delgado Ferreira is having none of it. And Barcelona should not get involved in this game. This is exactly what Espanyol want. It's the only way they've got a chance, quite frankly. And Barcelona right now, and Carlos Puyol more than anybody, should know better. What Espanyol want is this. Angel is there to do exactly that. That's his role. Pep Guardiola will have been telling his side that all week. This is only the third time all season that Barca have had no midweek match, and so have been able to study their opponents for a whole week. And it seems as though Delgado Ferreira, well, I don't suppose he's having a word with Guardiola, because Guardiola, I don't think, has said anything. If he's having a word with the referee, then that's with the linesman, that's bad news. And it's a yellow card to Sergio Busquets. Guardiola saying no. It is quite frankly absurd, that. Guardiola says no, you haven't listened to what happened. This really is not what Barca need, and to be quite frank, Espanyol, I'm sure Pochettino anyway, will be very, very pleased with this. Make it dirty, lots of yellow cards, lots of stoppages. It's exactly the way to break up the Barca game. But Guardiola, one thing you can say for him, if he reacted like that, it's usually genuine. And this one looks like getting a bit scrappy in midfield. Moises there, trying to pick up the overlap from Sanchez. It goes outside. Sergio Busquets. Great addition to the side coming up from the Barca B team. And it's going to be a free kick to Barca for the challenge there by Jarque. Dani Alves, he can try a shot from there. Took a reflection off somebody and he went down like Cassius Clay had hit him. Obviously no lasting damage done. Sergio Sanchez intercepted by Puyol, but it's a pretty easy clearance for Jarque. Strong challenge there by Keita. Sets up Xavi. This is Messi. And losing out Barca there in a 4-against-4 situation. De La Peña picks up Alonso. They're going to keep going. Out comes Marquez. Play on, says the referee. And here we go again. Free kick for Espanyol. And the derby atmosphere is certainly getting a reaction from the Camp Nou. The last 10 minutes or so just getting a little bit out of hand. There's Angel again as Keita seems to look for a little bit of revenge. Although really there, 6 of one and half a dozen of another between Alves and Nene there. De La Peña having a little laugh with Messi. Such a talented player, Ivan de La Peña. Never quite rose to the heights that were expected of him. He suffered from all kinds of ligament injuries. But the couple of seasons he played regularly in Barcelona, the final year with Johan Cruyff on the bench and Bobby Robson's year, well, he absolutely delighted this Camp Nou crowd, which is now happy to regard him as, if not public enemy number 1, then probably about number 7 or 8 out there this evening, as Angel is carried off. Luis Garcia standing over this one. Ivan de La Peña square. Only Henry guarding him. It's going directly, but Alonso couldn't get a touch. Puyol brushes off the challenge by Sanchez there. It's not easy to get Pudgy down, but Espanyol winning the ball back. Kameni clears. Piqué wins it, Messi controls it. Here's Xavi. He let that one go well. Play on, says the referee. Good decision by him. Alves to Xavi. Lovely little 1-2. Xavi with some space now. Gets the cross in, Kameni. Well, Espanyol may be bottom of the league, but they really do have a top-class keeper. De La Peña leaving that nicely for Xavi. And finally, Jarque clears somewhat desperately, but only as far as Dani Alves. Alves weaving his way into the box. And it's Sergio Sanchez who clears. We've seen Alves with that chipped, sliced cross in with the outside of his foot 2 or 3 times now. It's a useful tool from him. This time the cross blocked by David Garcia. Alves with the throw, the pressure intense, says Messi into the side netting. He'll claim he got a deflection, but the linesman doesn't agree. It's been a little bit quiet, Leo Messi, but he's so useful to have on the pitch. Firstly, because he takes normally 2 players of the opposing side with him on every jinking run. Secondly, because he can pop up any time and turn the match. Looks like Roman coming on for Angel, the Argentinian midfielder. Again had a pretty good match against Sevilla last week. And really Keita taking the law into his own hands a bit there, I think, against Angel. But it's a risky tactic if your job is there to literally take out the creative players of the other side. Well, there's always the chance you're going to get a knock yourself. And Keita is a pretty hard man too. So Angel can't continue. First change for Espanyol. And it is Roman to replace Angel. Argentinian, slightly more creative than Angel. And once again, this time between Touré, Yaya and Alonso, there's some pretty physical stuff going on. That one's cleared by Pareja, but only as far as Gerard Piqué. Piqué playing it wide. Henry controls Keita. Losing out, though, to Moises, now De La Peña. And once again, this time, De La Peña seeming actually to knock that one out of touch deliberately to have a word with the referee. It's Touré Yaya who seems to have committed the challenge on Moises Hurtado. And referee Delgado Ferreira in danger of losing control of this one. And as I say, oh dear. Well, it's Keita. It was an off-the-ball incident. He had a word with the linesman by the microphone. Guardiola, well, looking rather sad. And the tactic paying off for Mauricio Pochettino's Espanyol. I have to admit, I didn't see the incident. But it's Moises Hurtado who's down. Referee Delgado Ferreira. Well, I think that's a red card. Keita, he's already taken out Angel. Maybe Delgado Ferreira was thinking he deserved a yellow for that. And really, well, Guardiola's decision to play Keita instead of Busquets has come back in his face, because Keita's got a red card, Busquets on the bench has got a yellow card, and there's something else. Who's this for? Samuel, I'm not even sure who this is. Eto'o. Pujol telling him to shut up. An Espanyol player's got one too. I wouldn't be surprised if it's De La Peña. Always been known to get a little bit wound up with the referees. And this is, as we've been saying, exactly what Espanyol want and Barca don't. Maybe Luis Garcia, the yellow card. And we still haven't finished yet. Delgado Ferreira wants a word with someone else. Guardiola getting absolutely desperate. The stretcher. I won't translate the words of the song the crowd are singing, but it is connected to the referee's mother. Free kick to Espanyol. Well, that's turned it. This makes this an epic. There'll be lots of people rubbing their hands together in Madrid seeing this one. Still 0-0, 40 minutes gone. Barca with 10 men. Free kick to Espanyol. Samuel Eto'o, he's just got a yellow card. And the Espanyol players want to keep it up. Look at this, they're looking for a fight under any circumstances. There was a derby. I couldn't tell you for sure the year, but within the last 8 years, I suspect, in Montjuic, where both sides ended up playing with 8 men. 16 yellow cards the referee that evening took out, and if I'm not mistaken, 4 direct red cards. The free kick taken, headed out by Carlos Puyol. Roman gets a touch, only as far as Alves. He smacks it forward looking for Messi, but David Garcia was very focused there on the danger. Eto'o, his chip over, a little bit too strong. Alves trying to chest it. Jarque plays it out. Nice little touch from De La Peña. Nene gets it past Gerard Piqué. But the big Catalan defender was able to prevent him from going any further. Here is Piqué again. Alves. Messi goes down, free kick. And Moises Hurtado, another one of Espanyol's big hard men in the midfield. He goes down. Toure Yaya plays it wide, finds Puyol. Puyol with a bit of time and space, gets a cross in. Messi plays it back to Alves. Alves dummies across, gets to the byline, crosses, and headed out in the end by Jarque. Only as far as Toure Yaya. Puyol calling for it. No, I was going to say now he gets it, but Toure Yaya isn't exactly the same as Xavi or Iniesta. And slight lack of communication there between those two. Well, he could cut the atmosphere with a knife in the Camp Nou right now. And as I say, Espanyol will be delighted with the way these opening 43 minutes have gone. One thing's for sure, it's not going to be the walkover many expected between the leader and the bottom club. As I said at the beginning, before this match, 42 points, the difference between the two sides in 23 matches. Piqué knocks it forward, easily intercepted though by Moises. De La Peña. De La Peña again, being singled out, it seems, for particular appreciation from the crowd. Bit of an angry-looking challenge just there by Leo Messi. He doesn't want to get involved in any bad vibrations. Pareja picks out Sergio Garcia. Henry back to cover, still Garcia cutting inside, finds De La Peña. De La Peña looking for Alonso, but very well intercepted by Piqué there. Victor Valdez still hasn't had too much to do. In the final minute, I'm sure there'll be plenty of time added. Jarque going down there under the challenge from Henry. Ivan De La Peña playing it wide to Nene. He's been pretty quiet, Nene. Gets a cross in, and Alonso unable to get to that. It'll be a goal kick. There's Nene. Probably his only problem is lack of goal, but gets a good number of crosses into the box, Nene. Messi challenging strongly for that. Comes down to Garcia. This is Nene. Garcia again. Even with 10, Barca pressurising so well. Alves now. Cross comes in, it took a flick off Garcia, which slowed it down, and enabled Kameni to pick it up easily. De La Peña. 5 minutes added as De La Peña knocks it up. Garcia to the far post. Nene chasing it, he can't get it though. And jeers from the Barcelona fans. Guardiola, passive as ever. Valdez clears. Henry got the better of it, but it comes down in the end to Sergio Sanchez. Alonso. Jarque finds De La Peña. De La Peña pushing one through for Alonso, but it's just too strong. But he must be thinking against 10. He'll get one or two opportunities to slide a pass through. Touré Aya. Caught napping, but a foul, and Messi in there with another challenge. This is what he's got to avoid, and really either Guardiola, Pujol or Xavi should have a word with Messi about that. Touré Aya, the challenge comes from Roman. But Messi's later challenge off the ball, unnecessary. Free kick anyway had been given. Xavi. Carlos Pujol. Xavi again. Piqué. Such generous football this Barcelona side play, even with 10. Not even dreaming of changing their approach. This is Alves. Messi. Alves pretty static there. Still Alves inside, looking for Eto'o. It's easily cleared by Pareja. But that one goes through all the way to Victor Valdez. Now Rafa Marquez. Flicked over the top to Pujol. Can't keep it in play. 3 minutes of the added 5 gone. And, well, let's face it, quite exciting first half. Not always for the quality of the football, but for the spirit the players are putting into it. But it's a hard, dirty match. And at the moment, it's Barca who are down to 10 as Samuel Eto'o can't get it past Jarque. He finds Xavi instead. Still Xavi. Pujol. Back to Marquez. Touré Aya, that's a rather dangerous ball. Picked up there by Nene. And Gerard Piqué is quickly across to clear it. But De La Peña gets there first. Lets it go out for a throw. That was wily play. And good play from the Barca defence as Marquez plays it out. Now Henry. Great run from the Frenchman. Still Henry leaves it to Eto'o. Storming down the right, Dani Alves. It's 4 against 4. Samuel Eto'o still. Leaves it for Messi. Messi goes down but keeps going and wins a free kick. About 2 metres, 3 metres outside the D of the penalty area. Right on what will be presumably the last touch of this first half. Seemed as though Eto'o and Messi just doing a little bit too much there. But very intelligent football at the other end from Ivan de la Peña. And a very quick break indeed from Barca. The 5 minutes are up now. This will be the last act of the first half. Still 0-0 in the Camp Nou. It looks like being Xavi. Or is it Messi? The referee having words with the wall. They should do what the refs do in Argentina, spray down a kind of shaving foam substance to mark the 10 metres, 10 yards rather. Is it going to be Messi or Xavi? It's going to be Messi over the top. I'm assuming that's half-time. Yes, it is. A hard, tough first half. No goals, but plenty of incident. Referee Delgado Ferreira, he'll be looking forward to a nice cup of tea at half-time, I suppose. That's been a very, very difficult 45 minutes for the referee and his 2 assistants there. Eto'o and Ivan de la Peña, the 2 baldies, coming off together. Nice to see that. But the Camp Nou is not at all happy. They're jeering the Espanyol players, they're jeering the referee, and quite frankly, they're not really in the right. But it's been a tense, hard-fought, tough opening 45 minutes plus, and I'm sure it's going to be another second period equally tense, and let's hope with some goals.